Incubos, what's up? Final here today, Final Fantasy Talk, and today we're going to talk about some more Final Fantasy 15 news. Yes, we got some Final Fantasy 15 news / rumors and everything. You know how this goes. And today, what we're going to talk about is Final Fantasy 15. We all know that this game has been developed and been in making for about 8 years now, probably eight years now anyway. And we all know how long and everything this game is taking to get out from Square Enix because of side games and everything, of side Final Fantasy games like Final Fantasy 13 and everything. And we all know why this game is taking long and everything. But now we do know that Final Fantasy 15 is the most expensive Final Fantasy game being ever made by Square Enix. That is kind of, it's unofficial, but it's been estimated by people and everything, and Square Enix has kind of hinted it out themselves as well, and I wouldn't be surprised either, because it's, like I said, this game has been in development for like 8 years now. You can see all the graphics, how big this game is going to be, the music, the actors and everything, just everything about this game looks absolutely beautiful. It's going to take money to make it. It's going to be a pretty big project, and we don't know how big this game is actually going to be. Of course it's going to be a pretty decent size, pretty big story long game and everything, but we don't know outside, like the world and everything. We don't know how big and how graphic and everything that will be. And honestly, from knowing from Square Enix and the open world and Lightning Returns, that was absolutely great. It was really good, and the NPC and everything, that was awesome. So if they could do that but step it up 10 times more, which they're probably going to do in Final Fantasy 15, this game is probably going to blow up not only the Final Fantasy community, but blow up the whole gaming community as well. I think Final Fantasy 15 will be a huge change for the whole Final Fantasy community. And now also, people have been talking about, and Square Enix has been kind of talking about, Final Fantasy 15 having sequels and everything. Now, I don't mind that, I don't mind if Final Fantasy 15 does have sequels. Well, you can't really say that. I take that back. You can't honestly say that because Final Fantasy 15, we don't know how the game is going to go. Yeah, sure, it looks amazing and everything. It looks awesome. The gameplay and everything looks absolutely beautiful. But we don't know how the story is going to go at all. And if you're going to make a sequel to a Final Fantasy game, you want to have a pretty good story with it. So honestly, I think it's all on opinions on who wants a sequel or not. And I hope Square Enix is just going to wait a little bit. I hope they're going to wait a little bit to get some feedback on Final Fantasy 15 of how many people really love the story and are like, oh yeah, a sequel would be awesome, or other people saying, oh yeah, this game is great, but I don't want to see it. I don't think a sequel will be good. I think they should just have a poll basically and get everybody's opinion, and whoever whatever gets the highest rating and whatever, or whoever what I mean, whoever basically the more people suggest or whatever, that's what they do. And I hope they do that, because honestly, for Final Fantasy 13, nobody expected a 13-2 at all, and they did it anyway. So I just hope they give a little bit more time at the end of Final Fantasy 15 when it comes out to get people's feedback and everything on it, and say, oh yeah, this would be a sequel, this would not be a sequel. And yeah, so anyway, Kubos, you let me know in the comments below what you think about Final Fantasy 15 being the most expensive and massive and whatever you want to call it Final Fantasy game, and what do you think about this? What do you think if Final Fantasy 15 has sequels? Are you just going to wait for Final Fantasy 15 to come out and then give your opinion, or do you just, just want the game? I just want the game too. I just want Final Fantasy 15. That's all I care about right now. So Anyway, Kubos, I hope you enjoyed. Leave your comments below. And yeah, so anyway, Kubos, hope you enjoyed. I'm Final, and I'm out. Kubo, see ya.